You man are muted, you know.
The hell? Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Monday Night Smoke. Got man sitting here muted, clown. You see, I can tell the nonsense is going to start already.
Why
I can tell the nonsense is going to be
ready?
started already.
I know that you're moving mad already, fam, and I know what's going on.
Shut up, bro. Listen, I don't care what you have to say, man.
Shout everyone out, fam.
Let me greet the great defeaters, brother.
Yeah,
I'm just letting you lot know now, yeah. Me and KG been going back and forth on this. Listen, all right, let me greet the great defeaters before we even get this thing.
Shout everyone out, man.
Shout them out, bro. Shout out October Red Skyline of the editor. Sorry, wait a second. Stay blessed, be real, man. Like Raj, Himanshu Yadav, Mr. A, MC Tasty, IV Ben, Mulla, MCB, Barakas, Jason Tucker, Tony Pugilist, salute, bro. Bigsy, Big Scott, Pokes is live, Jermaine Williams, Jonah, 3-2, man like David Prosper, come on, Dad. Spoker D, Osborne, Luke, Chasman. You know what? I'm ready to get ready. I'm ready to get going.
I'm ready to go because you've been trying to stay away from this.
I'm not even trying to delay this anymore, bro.
First things first, yeah.
What's the first thing? What's the first thing?
Let's get into this, yeah. Where was Father Time, bro? Because that uncle that you have, yeah, I didn't see him. He weren't there, bro, and you know that, bro.
Talk to me. What did I predict would happen? Did I or did I not say unanimous decision for Devin Haney?
And it's a robbery, bro. Don't tell me unanimous.
Not a robbery. Parliamentary procedure. Put your all right. Hold on, KG. Put your case forward as to why you think it's a robbery, Travis. You take him off. Just go ahead, KG.
All right, wait. What I want to say, yeah, is if you break down the rounds, yeah, because it's very
exactly what I did.
Hold on. That's what I had to do. And Travis is gonna try this thing about, yeah, I watched it, bro.
Don't worry about what I'm gonna try. Don't worry about what I'm gonna try and do.
Hey, can you talk
do what you're gonna do.
KG, no lead in the audience. State your case, and then Travis will state his.
Hope that he just holds his.
I will hold Travis to task the same as I'm holding you to task. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So now let's focus on what's going on right now. Yeah. If you say from let's say from 1 to 8, it's very hard to. It's very difficult to score. 1 to 8 for me is hard. That is like rise. It depends what you're looking for. Hold on,
Travis. Let him go.
It depends on what you're looking for in a judge. In that 9th round, I would say that Haney. The 9th round was for Haney for me. Yeah, from 10, 11, and even 12, which was still hard to score. That I would call that all Loma's rounds. And that's when Father Time and all the other stuff was supposed to kick in. And we got there's stats to back up what I'm saying as well, in terms of the punches thrown in that final round as well. So I don't understand if you throw less and then you're again he was the most aggressive. How we're not looking at that?
KG, I have to stop you on one point you just said there. Number one, every judge gave the 12th round to Haney. Lomachenko in the post-fight press conference also said he gave up the 12th round. So your argument there is wrong already.
Because he threw.
He said he gave up the 12th round, KG, from his own mouth. He said that.
He could have been more aggressive, but that's on the night. He's gonna say in the press conference when he's bare emotional. That's how he's feeling. I watched it back. I'm saying I watched it back in the 12.
All right, KG, you've had your moment. Travis, please go ahead.
I'm just saying
that this guy watched the fight back and came in to say 1 to 8 was close, as if that's any extra information. We know the whole fight was close.
But then there's a difference.
No, KG, you had your moment.
Right, cool.
Yeah, I watched the fight back, and this is how I scored it. I gave round 1 to Haney, 2 and 3 to Loma. Furthermore, it's probably easy to say what rounds I gave to Loma. 2 and 3, 6, 10 and 11. The rest for me, as close as they were, I felt like the effective work was very consistent. The body work. The thing about Lomachenko's work, yeah, is dazzling. When he gets those little spurts going, it goes. But then when you start to look at
KG, let him finish.
I scored 7-5. I just wanted to get a shot in there. Let him know. I scored 7-5 to Loma.
7-5 to Haney is what I scored.
That's crazy.
My thing is this. It's not crazy. It's not crazy because you're talking about 1 to 8 close. I've listened around.
KG, let him finish his point and then you can come back afterwards. KG, hold on. Chill. Go ahead, Travis.
Watch those rounds back. Go and watch those rounds back. You clearly weren't paying attention for you to say 1 to 8.
Tell me the dominant rounds you saw. Dominant rounds. Clear cut. That's Haney all day long. Say it.
12 was as clear as it could have been.
Dominant.
Well, 12 wasn't dominant. Round 1 was dominant.
No, it's a
Round-
clear round. What I'm saying
Round
is,
1 was dominant. Round 9 was dominant.
This is the thing that I find quite frustrating. Yeah, just because something is close doesn't mean that it's not clear to call a round. Yeah, it was close. Everything was nip and tuck. The fight was a very high level of boxing. It was fantastic to watch. Everything was super close. But let's be clear. There were rounds where Haney got most of the work done. Yes, Loma had a moment where it's like, oh yeah, it's faster. But is everything landing? No. But one thing that's happening throughout this fight, Haney's getting some consistent body work. It's consistently happening. Then it's interrupted by by a moment from Lomachenko. So for me, I'm not going to be out here like getting excited and thinking you win a round off of 10 seconds of work. No.
But you weren't working the whole way. And that's what I'm saying. I don't believe Haney was working the whole way. Haney being the younger man, Haney being someone that could even push it in terms of what you're looking for, in terms of every judge looks at different things in it. But if I'm backing you up, yeah, being the most aggressive, and then
you were listening to Tim Bradley. You were listening to Tim Bradley.
No, I was watching the fight. I was watching the fight with how I can watch a fight. And I'm just saying what I'm looking at in terms of, I'm looking at a younger man and you're getting backed up, pushed onto the ropes. There's a time when he even looked hurt. Even in that 10, even in the 10th or 11th, when you can see he's visibly hurt, goes in for the clinch.
So he won the round. So he won the round.
I'm saying there's never, what we're talking about is clear moments where I can say, you know what, because it was really hard to say what you're looking for as a judge, right? And I'm saying, well, show me the clear rounds where
10 and 11 were
you.
clear Loma rounds.
And I want to know, and you told me the 12th round is a clear round for what you call it.
Yeah, because he clearly did, bro, he took the foot off the gas, bro. He took the foot off the gas.
But I'm saying it's not clear. You didn't see a big difference between the two of them.
It doesn't matter. You still win a round.
Come on, man.
And this is the thing, right? People keep talking about the fact that, oh, the punch stats. Bro, 20 of those shots that he landed was in round 10.
Very true.
It's still going to be one round. You didn't knock him down. It's not a knockdown round. It was still one round.
It depends, because some people say, you know what, with all the body, and I saw the body punches, but we don't misplay the jabs. Again, if it's a thing when we're point scoring, not like in Olympic settings, but if my punches are landing and these count towards this count, these are clean shots. So how are we gonna leave that out now? And then after this, now people are saying it's like even those moments where I think Haney would steal it at the end. He weren't throwing consistently. Haney weren't letting the hands go consistently. We can't say that.
Well, Haney was actually, the thing is, Haney was actually pressing the action a lot more than Loma was. Loma was fighting in spurts, whereas Haney was being a lot more consistent throughout the rounds. But Lomachenko had the more eye-catching shots and moments, which is what a lot of the people took away. So
and
that's
with the combinations of war, but he's pushing him back. There is at the end of the day.
On occasion, yeah, there were some times, but there was times when Haney pushed back Loma as well. There was a lot of those body shots that visibly hurt Lomachenko, and you can see him go for a walk, trying to walk off the impact.
No, definitely. He wasn't playing possum as good as Haney was, but Haney was clever. Anytime that he was hurt, the clinch will come, the turning around, and then the referee has to turn him back. We saw that. We don't see Haney turn that much in a fight.
What rounds did you score?
Bro, I'm asking you, I asked you that question. You ain't answered it, fam. So don't ask me what round.
I told you what round. What's wrong with you?
What rounds do you say clear?
I've already said the first thing I said.
Get out here with that nonsense. The
first thing I said on this live was my scorecard.
Bro,
yeah, KG, can we have your scorecard, because you haven't given your scorecard? What's your scorecard? No, but that's not a score. I want to know the round. What round did you give to each person?
I'll give you mine again, just to shake your mind. Yeah, let's give your head a wobble.
Okay.
Round 1, Devin Haney. 2, Loma. 3, Loma. 4, Haney. 5, Haney. 6, Loma. 7, Haney. 8, Haney. 9, Haney. 10, Loma. 11, Loma. 12, Haney.
And what was yours, KG?
I gave the first round Haney. Second round was hard for me to score. I gave it Loma. I gave the third round definitely Haney. Fourth I gave to Loma. Even the fifth I gave to Loma. Hold on 1 second.
The fifth when Haney was putting mad body shots.
You know, killer. Wait, hold on. I just watched it just now, and what was difficult is I couldn't. What I'm saying for me, I couldn't score. What was hard for me is I couldn't see the difference from 1 to 8. I was struggling. I was saying I don't know, like, and this is me just.
So hold on, wait, Colin, KG, sorry. So if you're saying that you found it really hard to sort of separate 1 to 8, and you was finding it hard to score, then how could you come up with that 7-5 scorecard? Unless you was just was you focusing on the story of the fight, as opposed to round by round? Because there's a difference between how it played out in a story and how it played out in each round.
Let me talk. Give me a second. I was watching the fight and I said, well, what's very difficult is every single judge will look for their own thing from 1 to 8. It's very difficult. In the 9th is, for me, was the clearest Haney round when I said, okay, Haney showing dominance. Haney now, he was on the, he's almost like fighting on the counter, but landing real critical shots. Heavy landing. The when I could see, you know what? You're actually looking like the bigger man for the first time for me. After that 9th round, it changed. It was clear for me. 10, 11, even that 12. I know everyone's saying, right, it's gone that other way. I didn't see enough. I didn't see any clear distance. It almost went back to how 1 to 8 was for me. In that 10 and what do you call it, that should be enough. And it's not like I'm the only one saying this. Crawford's come out to say something. Shakur Stevenson's come out to say something. So we can't act as if these men that fight are not calling these things. So when
actually, hold on. What Terence Crawford actually said was he thought 116, 112 was crazy, but he didn't say he didn't think that Haney won the fight.
How far can you go when you say, "Right, this is my guy" and stuff? So end of the day, it's even if you blemish it.
Yeah, he said he didn't see 8 rounds, but he didn't say that he didn't win the fight. I literally just watched that before the thing came on.
Shakur said guaranteed that Thingy won that fight.
Yeah, but no. The thing is, hold on, wait, one second. We can't take what Shakur said because Shakur wanted to fight Loma because he would be undisputed. If Devin won the fight, Shakur don't get the belts. So what he says doesn't necessarily take effect into this.
The fight's done. The fight is done.
No, but it's not. Yeah, but it's a political thing. If Lomachenko won, Shakur gets the title shot. Now that Haney's won, Shakur don't get that. Because the belts are going to get fragmented, and he's going to have to go belt collecting.
The killer is end of the day.
So he wasn't commenting in good faith. Is my point.
At the end of the fight is done. The belts are going to get split up whatever way. Even no matter what Shakur thinks, the belts are getting split. It's not like they'll say the judge is going to say, you know what? Hold on, the judge is going to say, hey, you know what? What Shakur said that makes sense. You know what? Let's come back and revisit it. It's not going to happen. They're not going to make that decision after he said it.
I don't understand. For me, I don't think you scored this round by round, bro. To like in the way that you're saying,
bro. I'm saying that I said it was hard to judge it, and I'm not arguing with it. I said it's hard to judge it from 1 to 8. Very difficult. I said the clearest round for me where I saw real dominance, like that was clear, 9. I said it absolutely. You can say boom.
Yeah, but rounds aren't scored by dominance, though. Rounds aren't scored by dominance. They're scored by point scoring shots.
And I'm talking about the point. That's what I'm talking. When I'm saying dominance, I'm talking about I can see this is your fight. You've taken over.
So you had it 10-10, 10-10 right up into the championship rounds. 10-10, 10-10, 10-10. Everybody's
I'm saying that because what you're missing is I'm saying there's things that I'll be looking for as a judge, and there'll be things that someone else is looking for. Someone else can say, me pressing action, that's good enough for me. I'll call that a 10-9 round. I might say something completely different. He's on the back foot, but he's.
So how do you score a round? Okay, away from this, just to understand how you see rounds, right? How do you score a round? Guy gets knocked down the first 10 seconds, gets up and dominates the rest of the round. How would you score?
Come on, man. What's wrong with this guy?
No, it's a fair question.
Answer it.
Bro, you've gone down, fam.
How would you score it?
You've gone down. What are you talking about?
The guy's got up and beat the guy like legless. Yeah? How do you score that round?
Then what do we call knockdowns?
Knockdown is just a point. Knockdown is a point off of the score.
So you don't know how do you, in your scenes? What you lot saying in that same situation?
Oh, so you don't know the answer.
I'm trying to understand you.
What are you lot saying in that same situation then?
In that same situation, okay. For me personally, if it had to be a 10-point must system, which is what we normally operate in, then that would end up being a 10-9 round to the person that scored the knockdown.
Absolutely. So this is how we know boxing. So what we
but it could have been, someone might have said it was a 10-8 because the guy went on the ground. Most people think it's a 10-8 because they don't know scorecards. They don't know scoring.
That's mad.
It could be a 9-9. Technically, if the guy beat the other guy senseless for the rest of the round, since no clear advantage was actually gained by the person who scored the knockdown, it could be considered a 10-10.
I can't.
That could literally happen.
What you lot doing is
by
crazy,
the metric,
fam.
That's rules. So
what you lot doing is crazy, fam. And there's reasons why they say
the thing is,
he needs a knockdown right now. There's a reason why when you're in a fight and it's close and stuff, the only way him back into this fight, he needs a knockdown.
So then explain the logic of Lomachenko taking off the 12th round.
Go on, what's that?
If we are to believe, because
I do feel like it's me. I'm
refereeing, but I'm trying to. I want you to. Your points aren't necessarily hitting correctly.
All I'm saying is, Bass in here moving like Kenny Bayless.
Let me.
No push back towards Travis. Travis any
because Travis isn't saying anything that he's not backing up at this moment. If he does, I may get him as well. But right now, you're not being consistent.
The only thing I need to walk back. The only thing I need to walk back is the fact that. Okay, let me speak, bro. The only thing I need to walk back is the fact that I said in the week before that he would get battered. I said Lomachenko is going to be at a point of his career where he takes a beating, and I was wrong.
Travis
I was absolutely
unanimous
wrong.
Decision.
I did say unanimous decision, and that's what happened.
Decision, and he said he's going to and then also you said that Father Time's going to pull up. We didn't see none of that.
I did say that. And I was wrong, but he still won. So it's not like I need to do a press conference.
Travis, would you say it's a closer fight than it
won by unanimous decision? It was closer than that.
Would you say it's a closer fight? Would you say it was a unanimous decision? Absolutely.
Are you going to let me speak?
Would you say it's a unanimous decision? Absolutely.
But it was scored a unanimous decision. So
no, Travis, in your eyes, because you asked me what my thing is.
I said my score was 7-5. Yes, that's what I said. Anyway, look, I've invited Ben Doughty to come on, right? Ben Doughty was my guy that trained me when I had my white collar boxing.
Oh, so you brought your trainer to back up your point?
I'm telling you, it's not going to be back up like how you think, right? Because he has a very different perspective. But I thought it'd be good for balance to have him on. Ben, how's it going, guys? Man?
What's going on, bro? How
you
doing?
Ben?
Good, man.
It's a passionate one, fam.
I've got to say, it's a great honour to finally be on the famous Undefeated podcast and to hook up with you. Cross swords, Travis.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Thanks for coming through, man. But I wanted to get your opinions on this fight, Loma Devin Haney. We had a short exchange on your Facebook thread today. You have some really popular debates on there, but I figured I'd like to get you on camera talking about this. So how did you see that fight on Saturday night?
I thought Lomachenko won clear as day. I don't say that the rounds weren't competitive, but I found him having the edge, demonstrably so, in so many of those rounds. I scored at 117, 112, to be honest with you, in Lomachenko's favour.
117, 112? Right, okay.
Yeah, I really did. If you asked me to particularize that scorecard, I'm afraid I can't if you tell me which rounds are which. I was watching it, live, 2 kids asleep nearby, so not listening to the commentary. I picked Haney going into ahead of the fight. I thought Lomachenko had lost a few steps, like most people did. And I, to be honest with you, I'm not usually partisan for Lomachenko. I'd rather be right than have him win, to be honest, because it's like when you've got a reputation and you like to get your tips right. So I'd be perfectly happy for Haney to have vindicated me. I just don't see that he did. I thought he was reacting to what Lomachenko did. He looked like he was trying to stay with him. He looked a tiny bit out of his depth, unprepared for, never faced anything like that before. And I just thought the preponderance of scoring shots. People can talk till they're blue in the face, but scoring shots for Lomachenko, I get that Haney. I don't think Haney did enough work, anywhere near enough work to win that fight. That was my take.
Interesting. 117, 112. It's
pretty wide. But you know how it is, Travis. If you and me have 10 100-meter sprints and you beat me in 8 of them, but you're beating me by literally a fraction of a second every time, you've still won wide on the aggregate system of each separate race. You know what I mean? And I just thought that.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people quoting punch stats, for example, right? And the punch stats have Loma ahead by maybe, I think it's around 15 punches. Just on
pretty marginal. I actually thought it didn't really help the cause. Because I never resort to punch stats anyway, because as you guys know, that is not judging a fight and it's not allowing for the compartmentalization of rounds. It's simply an aggregate score. You know what else I've got a problem with? We criticize judges all the time, right? We criticize this guy doesn't know what he's watching. Dave Moretti should be banned. He should be in court. He should be in jail. Then we trust these punch stats compiled by Joe Blow. We don't even know who compiled them, and we treat them like there's some holy grail. What's all that about? So I don't use.
That's true. I mean, they do kind of go some way to giving you an idea of how the punches were landed. I mean, you can never vouch for them and be like, yeah, this is absolutely the number. But at the same time, it's like when you look at the punch stats, that they're just as a ballpark figure, 20 of those shots landed in the 10th round. I mean, at the end of the day, this is still one round being scored here. So it's like we start to go over the shots that have been landed over the rounds. It's like there's a case that Devin Haney's bodywork was very consistent throughout the whole fight, whereas Loma's moments happened in good moments in certain rounds. It wasn't like he was dominating rounds with that level of work, those level of shots landed.
What I'm aware of is a narrative that builds, especially in this day when social media enables us so fantastically to talk about.
Oh man, no.
Sorry, someone just trying to call me. Then, am I back?
Oh, right.
Yeah. What narratives build? I'm getting the narrative of these body shots. I saw a few of them, but I didn't see this consistent Roberto Duran, Julio Cesar Chavez like body attack all night. I thought Haney looked a little. Despite his youth, Lomachenko had a clear edge and hand speed, and he looked a little confused, like he thought, what can I do to impose myself? After 6 rounds, I thought, you know what? Haney hasn't definitely won any of these rounds, but I think I give him 1 round at that point. I think he shared a round. I just saw him getting pinged with the left hand all the time with combinations, and I thought he was struggling to adapt to what was in front of him. I thought after 6 rounds, he's going to have to impose himself, or this one is going begging. And then people seem to think that Lomachenko came on in the second half, although the other narrative is he switched off in the last round, right? And people make a big deal of that, like it was a Trinidad de la Horde thing. I think he won it clearly, and it actually annoys me to see so many people arguing for Haney, because there's lots of people saying, no, the old narrative used to be robbery. Every time there's a decision a bit debatable, it was a robbery. And then people started getting a bit smart and a bit wise and being like, no, that's a cliche. So the new cliche that I'm hearing lately, especially this weekend, is it wasn't a robbery. I thought Lomachenko won, but it was no robbery. Well, these are semantics and degrees, aren't they? I think the wrong guy. I want you to picture that was your son. Lomachenko's your son. I bet you'd be screaming blue murder that he was shafted.
Yeah, no, if you're that close to it, if you're that close to it, that's guaranteed. You will be upset. But at the same time, robbery is when it's like absolutely dominating this guy, and I've just
Whittaker Ramirez. Yeah, Whittaker Ramirez won.
A fight this
Roy
close.
Jones.
There is no robbery here.
Oh, when
there is no
even with the Chantelle Cameron one, because people was trying to say Katie Taylor. If Katie Taylor walked away with that W, it would have been a robbery. If she walked away, and I would have said that's a robbery, because I know what I saw in that Chantelle Cameron one.
It's the wrong winner, isn't it? It's all very well saying, it wasn't a robbery, but you've got the wrong winner when a guy seemed to win a fight clearly. Oscar De La Hoya feels strongly about it, right? You see, he said anyone who scored that for Haney doesn't know shit about boxing. For me, I don't go with that, because there are people I respect, not least yourself, and I see the gentleman in the top corner who obviously knows his boxing. I can't say you don't know shit about boxing just because we don't agree, but I am a little bit. Give you an example, right? Canelo Golovkin 2. I think there was an argument there. Whether you might have thought Golovkin won it, but you can see the argument that perhaps Canelo won it. Yeah. Whereas with this one, I don't see the argument. So I think they got the wrong winner. I'm really clear on the fact they got the wrong winner. With Canelo Golovkin 2, I can see why somebody saw that for Canelo, even if I didn't score it for him. That's the difference with this fight.
I thought in number 2.
Yeah.
No, number 1 was definite. Number 1 is definite. Like, it wasn't even a draw, because they called number 1 a draw, right?
Yeah, and it was a heist. That was a robbery. Yeah, that was a robbery. Golovkin won that fight. The second fight,
Canelo.
Some people try to say he got robbed in the second fight. I don't think so. I think that you could see it why people could have scored that for Canelo. I respect that. But I struggle with the Haney argument. I thought Haney got the silver medal all day. I think he was out-punched and outworked. He was outmaneuvered. He was hurt on a couple of occasions. Nothing too.
Look at the referee's face, bro. Look at Kenny Bayless, fam. Why does he look like that, fam? He looks disappointed. He looks like you don't even want him to get those kind of shit.
We gotta bring Tony in.
Yeah, bro. I'm looking at you, Bays. What's going on? Because you've been listening to him, and you've been some head shake, some moments of like.
I turned the mic off. I'm giving Ben his time. Ben's is a legend in the sport. He deserves his take, regardless of how wrong it is.
Okay,
I appreciate that.
All right.
I mean,
I knew that referee was on a.
I don't react to that.
I knew that referee was on a. I'm looking at the referee kid. Bro, why is he making? I can
Tony,
see it.
Tony, what do you make of all this?
Get in there, man.
So first and foremost, there's a couple of super chats that you guys have missed, so you might want to come back to them at some point. But
We'll go back.
I think something that nobody here is talking about is the concept of the swing rounds. Yeah. So that is effectively a round where two people can see the same round, see the same content, and see it two different ways. And this fight, to me, has at least three swing rounds. And I'll tell you which ones I had them as. Right? I had round 2 as a swing round. I had round 5 as a swing round.
Okay.
And I had round 12 as a swing round.
Okay.
That's Travis's domination round, though. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And that's why it's strange to me, because I hear what everybody's saying, and it's valid. I can't deny what Ben has said if he sees what he sees through his lens. And conversely, I can't deny what Travis is seeing. Now, Ben, I can't get your this is a robbery, because to me, when you have 3 swing rounds, there's no robbery even close.
I didn't use
and
that.
it cannot clip. And I'll tell you my score. I'll tell you my score. I have this fight 6-4. Sorry, 6-3 to Haney, and 3 swing rounds.
Is that a new scoring system you're proposing?
It's just 5 rounds.
That's all I'm thinking.
It's just 5 rounds. It's the old-fashioned way, Ben. You know all about the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, they used to. Yeah, round scoring system. It was a round scoring system as opposed to a 10-point
I didn't use a 10-point must. I just used rounds. 6 rounds to Haney, 3 rounds to Loma, and 3 swing rounds.
So
that's interesting, because as long as you don't have
just to
knockdowns or a big margin of dominance, then you can use that scorecard that system quite reliably, as long as you don't have any knockdowns, which we didn't.
Does that render those 3 swing rounds obsolete then on the scoring system then?
So it means that Haney wins because he's won more clear rounds for me. But even the clear rounds cannot be considered clear rounds, because clearly
clear rounds though. That's the only thing, Tony.
This is the thing that I want you to guys to consider. Yeah, there are rounds where I know I'm looking. You guys have put your scores in, right? And I ain't gonna tell you, because I've actually got my scores for tomorrow's show, which we'll do the breakdown with me and Danny Fight Fan will be doing. But all I can say is I can't go against what somebody else sees in a round. Yeah.
So what if another judge, you're one of the 3 judges, another judge sees that as a draw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if they put their draw, I wouldn't have been mad. And it's the killer is, it's not like I'm not the super Lomachenko fan or I'm not even
I'm not a Haney fan.
I'm not heavily invested in both of these fighters. So I was just able to watch this fight where it's not like how I felt when, I don't know, Craig, or if it's my guys, right? If it's Aziz and stuff, I didn't feel like I just said, let me just watch some good boxing. Now, what we saw, just to give these guys credit, because we can get into the robbery stuff, these are 2 fantastic boxers. That's one thing that has to be said. I've seen some of the stuff footwork was incredible. I was like, Rod, it's hard to even watch it. I was trying to look at what they were doing. You have to even go back and say, you know what? How you got out of that was incredible. Like some counter shots, fantastic. But we just in this little bit, because I feel like boxing can suffer sometimes, because you hear the scorecard read out and you're like, unanimous though. Because if we're all here,
no, I can't. I have to pull back on this one. Sorry, I have to pull back on this one, because I had an argument with a gentleman at work today about people saying it should have been a split decision. That makes no sense.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
I don't get that thing. Yeah.
You can't turn around to a set of judges and say one of you judges should have scored it the other way, because that's how Roy Jones lost an Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, this is the thing. Unanimous can be close as hell. It just reflects a uniformity of opinion. It does not reflect a margin of victory. It's people got that in their head, like, they predict fights.
See, that's how I'm not gonna lie. That's how I understood. That's how I understood a unanimous decision. How I understand it. Remember, I'm not the old school from thingy. So how I understand unanimous decision, I'm thinking you are just the clear winner. It wasn't as close.
It can be close as hell. The Duran Leonard fight, the first one, was pretty close. Certainly on one of the cards, one guy scored it 10 rounds even with 3 rounds to 2 for Duran. It was unanimous, but very close. A close unanimous decision. You can get split decisions which are not remotely close. They're just one crooked card or one incompetent card, you know. Or you get a majority decision like Floyd Canelo. That doesn't reflect closeness. It just reflects somebody's either on the take or just hasn't got a clue what they're watching. You know.
All right, cool. That's good. That's good. I've never known that. I learned that. That's not something new today.
Myth busting. Well done, Tony.
Yeah, nah, look, end of the day, my opinion on that fight, 7-5 to Devin Haney. I watched it back today. I looked at the rounds. And, you know, again, it does come to that philosophy. I do understand the swing round philosophy. I'm not really here for the swing round being that the round is obsolete because it was that close. But, like, I do understand another person will watch the same thing and see it differently. My card, 7-5. I do think that 116, 112 card was just ridiculous. But, again, like, I think sometimes people go a bit, you know, extreme on the difference that it would have made.
But hold on, the thing
115, 113 is the card that nobody contested because
no, but Trav, the thing is, even with that, that 116, 112, for instance, those kind of cards, like if we're talking about swing rounds being in there, if you're swinging it that way, it can quite easily get that way. Remember, Ben had a 117, 112, so there was clearly a couple rounds that some people swung that he put to Loma rather than to Haney. So realistically, while just because it was a very close fight, and normally I say a lot of people don't know the difference between a close fight and a competitive one, because you can be competitive but not be close, but you can be very, very close, right? But this one was a very, very close fight. But if there was 2 or 3 rounds or 4 rounds or whatever that are swing, then ultimately that card can go any which way it wants. Remember the commentator, sorry, the presenter, I think his name's like Edmundo or whatever, the one that was interviewing Haney and them at the end. He said he was scoring the rounds, right? And beside every close round, he put a circle, right? He said he had 7 circled rounds on his card. So that could tell you that those could have went either way. So therefore, like, right. So as far as I'm concerned, even though 116, 112 sounds a madness, when you actually break it down, I was watching the fight a couple minutes ago before as well. I actually had a 116, 112, 116, 113 card for Haney. And I could tell you all the rounds that I gave him. So ultimately, there were rounds in there. And I even said next to the rounds, swing. Or this one potentially a draw. So ultimately, if you put it the other way, then you get a totally different result.
Yeah. Can I just say something very quickly, guys? Because I put in a chat and a super chat. This fight could go down as one of the most controversial fights based on the split in the boxing community of who won. And if I want to go, like, what is the most controversial fight decision ever? Ben, would you doubt me in saying that it's Marvin Hagler against Sugar Ray Leonard? Because that pretty much split. you know that split the boxing community in half, because half the community thought Hagler won and half thought Leonard won.
I'll tell you one thing. Nobody thought Hagler won on the night where I was at Leicester Square Odeon, including guys like Harold Graham and Kirtland Lang. The whole auditorium, the whole cinema.
Watch the name drops.
That was a builder.
He was in there with them, family.
That was a builder. That was the narrative builder. If ever we saw one when Hagler started bitching, you know, it is my pet hate, my biggest peeve in the history of boxing. I've told it to Sugar Ray himself, you know. But I didn't have the bottle to say it to Marvin, though. I was going to.
But it was a close fight, wasn't it, Ben? Let's be honest. It was a close fight.
I didn't see it as overly close. I think he won clear as day as well. I think that one annoys me. And I will listen. I have converted the biggest Hagler diehard on there. I've done Facebook reruns live. I commentate on it. But obviously, I'm putting my spin on it by commentating on it. But I've got one guy who never shut up with Hagler was robbed. And he said, mate, I've never seen it this way before. It's actually Leonard one wider than you've even always maintained he did. He said, I really see it differently. I want to do it with Lomachenko Haney too, but I'll get a copyright slapped on me if I try to do that on Facebook. That's what they do these days.
It's dumb now, man.
It's so annoying. You know, again, we need to give the greatest leaders a chance to get in and have their say. Ben, again, thank you for making this guy. Thank you for making Travis great, man. Again, he's got, what's he saying? 2-0, fam.
That one great night in Camden. That one great night in Camden Centre.
I am looking for you to become as famous as Eddie Murphy at some point, and then that's just going to be my whole claim to fame. I'm going to live off that fact. Could you please hurry up?
I'm working on it, man.
All right, man. Cool.
Listen, look after yourself. Thanks for coming. You lot show Ben love in the chat, man. Let's go. Come on, man. Tony, you know what's going on tomorrow? Your show's live, yeah?
Yeah, we're going back live 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, guys. Myself, Base the Kid. I don't know if you're going to be on the show, but if not, we've got lined up. Danny from Fight Fan TV is ready to step in, and we'll be breaking it down, brother.
I might make a special guest appearance if I'm around, but yeah, I
Love
can't
it.
guarantee it.
Love it.
The Wi-Fi
Look at
might not be
Look
where
at
it
this
needs
guy,
to
this
be.
globetrotter, fam.
This
That's
guy's
I'm
enjoying,
around.
fam.
I mean, you know,
Miami, fam.
it's a hard day, but someone's got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro.
All right, see you later, Tony Weeks.
Take care, bro.
Cool.
All right, that's
All
fine.
right, cool.
All right, let's bring in,
let's
Dave.
bring in the people, man. They've been waiting.
Dave, what's going on, bro?
Hello,
Oh, Dave, don't get stage fright, mate.
Dave.
Oh no, what's happening here, guys?
Hey,
the link is in the chat. The link
is in the chat.
Mate.
Involved.
Bro, so what you saying now, fam?
I'm just saying, admit that you, what do you call it again?
What-
that father
what
time
man
thing
did-
that you talk as
Bro,
well.
yeah, I
You
was
need to
wrong.
get into your admitting, fam.
Yeah,
I was wrong. Don't overlook it. Nah, bro, I was fully wrong. I didn't know I was talking about that the father time. The guy
Bro.
looked great in there.
Bro, you gotta calm down.
Just say
Yeah?
it. Bro.
Cool.
Say it.
I was wrong. I said he was gonna get beat up. I said Father Time was gonna come knocking.
Yeah, and he didn't.
Still lost by unanimous decision, which I said. So you still owe me Nando's. Let's not pretend.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
like
give you
the bet is
Nando's.
invalid.
Wait, listen. I'm gonna give you the Nando's in the business days, fam.
No.
Yeah, the Nando's is coming in.
Put the poll up. Look,
I'm still waiting.
I'll
put up a poll. While I'm still waiting for my thing from Brooke. Bro, do you know what's happened since Brooke? Do you know what's happened since then?
Listen.
Connor's been stopped for cheating. Connor's been stopped for drugs. Yeah,
I'll tell you straight.
Ben has pushed Brooke. Yeah,
you're not getting your money. You're not getting it. All right, let's stop pretending. Get me my Nando's and let's stop messing around.
So I'm gonna pull up and give you Nando's without my money coming to me.
100%. Anyway, let's move on to Katie Taylor and Chantelle Cameron, fam. Because Chantelle Cameron deserves all the flowers. She deserves all the flowers. She went into the lion's den. Like, we have to understand, yeah, what Ryder had to go through in Mexico. This is a tough task. Chantelle Cameron was doing the equivalent. She went in, bro. Conor McGregor ringside, fam.
Wait, hold on. No, but before we go,
Conor McGregor was ringside.
No, before we move, whoever sung that song,
put them in the bin. Put them in the bin. Never again. We need to regulate.
I don't know whose cousin that was.
We need to regulate the fact that these men think they can tell anyone to sing my ring entrance. No, it doesn't go like that. You should be able to sing before the British Boxing Board of Control and let them decide if you are capable enough to sing this live intro.
Wait, hold on. Do you want some more joke as well? WBC at it again. Have you seen the new belt that they created for thingy? I don't know if it's for Mayweather. It's it's that it's a Black History Month special. Wait, what is the date? They made a Juneteenth belt, bro. They made a Juneteenth. Go and look at it, fam.
I don't even want to see it. Don't tell me that there's black icons in there through Black History.
Bro, they got the Juneteenth. It's disgusting.
The Juneteenth belt.
Go look. WBC, they're at it again, man.
Yo, Babaton, they just said, did you see Cully get smoked? Bro, Cully, bro. We're going to have a chat with the matchmakers over there.
Let's go, man. Let's
see Cully hold those shots, bro. He's
too tall to get hit like that.
What's going on?
Still, man, we just want to hear. We're kind of it's for Mayweather still the Juneteenth belt. Cool, bro. Thoughts on Loma Haney? That's what we're talking about today, fam.
Haney won it clear, bro. 7-5, and I had 3 split rounds. Easy. He did great work off the back foot, and you know what? After every minute of the first round, Loma slowed down. So for me, Father Time was making his appearance, in my opinion.
You saw Father Time?
Yeah, a little bit, bro. He was slowing down. The energy weren't there the first 8 rounds.
I don't know what kind of ghost Father Time that was that you saw. No. Wait.
No, I watched the fight clear as day. What, Sunday morning and this morning. Yeah, brother.
Bam. 7-5.
You know, but what I will say is that from rounds 10 onwards, Haney looked confused. Even when he went back to his corner and he was talking to Bill, he was just like, bro, I don't even know what to do right now. Like,
even when Bill was telling him, he's like, bro, he's gonna see that. He's gonna see that coming. He knows that move.
Yeah, 100%. I'm like, oh, it's long for you, fam. I'm just glad that he got through that 12th round, or else like we would have really been saying something about this
Fact
decision.
is this year. And the reason why I got to say this, because people got me down as some big Haney fan. Bruv, I'm just calling what I thought was going to happen in the fight. I don't like Haney's style. I'm not here. It doesn't excite me. It's not like, you know, when you're watching Technical Brilliance, like, you know, when Floyd used to just clean up rounds and it was just like, oh my days, this is not even fair. It doesn't feel like that when he does it, when he gets it done.
That was invisible.
I felt like my man was going to be on the slide.
Can I ask a quick question? Did Haney run at the end? When Shakur was in the ring? I'm saying when Shakur pulled up.
What are you talking about in the post fight?
In the post fight. Because it's, yo, I see you later one.
He's like, I'm number one.
How did you read that moment? Because I read it like, bro, like, that's your ring. He's coming as a guest.
I read that like he's been in there with 12 rounds with a champ. You know what I mean? In Loma. And he was just a little bit gassed. I think he was flustered. They didn't really know where he was. That's how I read it.
Him actually thinks I'm Frank Warren, fam. Look at this.
So you said he was paid all his That's why he jumped out there. Bro, my man said he saw Father Time. That's a paid caller, fam. This is a paid actor, fam.
This is hilarious.
Not even, bro. Not even. Yo, KG, you gotta watch the fight again, man. Like, number one, he wasn't active, bro. He was not active.
Man said 1 to 8. 1 to 8 was close.
It was
not
hard.
breakdown.
That's what we said. It was hard.
1 to 8.
Bro, it was hard. And you know what's, I ain't gonna lie, because I didn't write it down yet. I just started lying and just saying my card, fam. I didn't score it. Bro, I waited until it was clear. I was looking at the fight, and I got, because he wrote it down, and I was like, let me just say this, bro.
Nah,
I was freestyling that.
No,
bro,
when I got
to 9, let me be honest. When I got to 9, that's when I said, listen, when I got to 9, I was like, it's clear. This is when I was like, I was waiting to see something. I said, easy. Someone else could watch this and say, I see that. But then I waited for clarity.
Yo,
I waited for clarity, fam.
We're throwing this out of the court, bro. You didn't even score the fight.
I couldn't.
It's a mad thing, bro. It's a violation still.
I couldn't until 9 and then 10, 11. Absolutely. I said, those are Loma rounds.
Nah, you and Ben are smoking the same work, bro. What you doing, bro? Wait until round 9 to score the fight.
No, I couldn't. No, because I was saying I couldn't tell the difference. It was very difficult for me. I'm being honest because no one was throwing. No one was a dominant factor. No, who was dominant?
But what you need to look at though is that bodywork. I know, like somebody tried to deny the bodywork, saying that it weren't something. That bodywork was consistent, round after round, after round, consistent.
Point scoring shots.
You know, different types of bodywork as well. Like power jabs, right hands, hooks.
But you don't count the power. You don't count the power headshots though. Do you not? Would you not?
What from Loma?
You saw the jump in. You know, Loma was doing the jump.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
He got some of those off, but really from round 7. He got the off from round 7 onwards. Yeah, and I'll say one thing about the combinations because he had a flurry. I think it was in round 3, which I gave as a split. And obviously you can't really look at CompuBox, but I only thought like he threw like 7 punches in a row. I thought like 2 of them landed. They didn't have any of them landing. And that just showed me, I'm like, okay, what I'm seeing is correct. Like he's looking active, but he ain't really saying nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, it's I will do it again, but that was a hard fight to judge. It was a hard fight to judge, absolutely.
Also, it's one of those things, where people do, how effective were the body shots? But there's stuff about Loma's work that reminds me of Joe Calsaghi, where it's like touch, and it's not like it's hurting, but you technically have to say there's a point scoring shot. I never forget Joe Calsaghi was in there, Chris Eubank Sr. And Eubank Sr. put his hands to his side and was just like, these shots don't hurt. And he's just tapping his face, little gentle taps, but these are still point scoring shots. Yeah. So it's one of the things where if we're going to question the effectiveness of body shots, register first that they are point scoring shots.
But what about when he does land on the body and then obviously the hands are dropped and then Loma gets in there with the counter shots, but he's coming with a counter combination. Are we not going to say that that's valuable? Because yes, I just didn't see incredible activity from Haney. If I'm being honest with you,
you saw activity from Loma.
I'm saying that.
Bro, read this comment. This comment is for UKG. Read that.
Go on. If you don't score rounds easy, But if you don't score the rounds, it's easy persuaded by the guy with the most eye-catching moments. And that's what and that was what I was trying to do. I'll be honest with you. I was looking at the fight and I'm saying, well, it's not clear. I'm saying right now, it's not clear. And even, you know, some guys like to steal it. The last 30 seconds, they go for it and they say, let me get busy. Even those both moments when they'll put their foot on the pedal and they'll relax a bit. So it's really hard to say. You couldn't even say raw who's really for like at least a minute and a half dominating, because they both choosing their moments in the 3 minutes. So it was a hard one.
I can say Haney was dominating. If you got to put it like that, you know what I mean? If you're saying who's dominating most of the seconds in the 3-minute round, I have to say Haney for at least the first 8.
I'm gonna put the thing up. Anyway, listen, there's bare people in the thing, bro. Well done for
brother.
calling in while you're in the
bro.
Respect,
That's hardcore, fam.
All right, respect, brother. It's easy.
Again, he paid you still. Big up. I should not be an idiot. I know.
You're just upset because you didn't score the rounds, fam. You didn't do the work.
Shut up, man.
You're not locked in. I knew you weren't locked in. I knew you weren't locked in.
It's me. Hold on, it's me.
This guy's not locked in.
It's me.
Bro, look at these two.
It's me, fam. And I hope me does it right, fam. I hope me.
This is insane. Hey, KG2. Let's hear your thoughts.
Do you know what? It was very close. It was very, very close. You know, I had to watch it twice. The second time I watched it, I had to turn off the volume. And
well played, because Tim Bradley was insufferable, fam. the same thing that Loma had, yeah, is the same thing Katie Taylor had with the commentary. Because anytime they do some work, the volume goes up. Big left hand. And it's just like, bro, all of you, man, calm down. All of you, calm down.
So I'm gonna have to give it to Haney. I think Haney.
Get rid of this guy, man. It's not every day, fam. Is anyone gonna come on here and just say that?
Let's go.
Look, no, honestly, it was a close fight. Like I said, look, Haney just got it, but would he rematch Lomachenko? I don't think so. Would he be able to beat Tank or Shakur Stevenson with that performance? Hell no.
Probably unlikely still.
That's why he ran out. That's why he kept it moving.
And look, when Shakur Stevenson, you know when the man's watching him, like, he's like, I'm number one. He's like, for now.
And then he was gone. He was, bro. I've never seen someone leave. I said, wait, where's he in a rush to go, bro? You ain't getting nowhere. Suppressor later. They're gonna wait for the champion to pull up. You got all the belts, fam. And said, yeah. For now.
Do you remember when Kell Brook showed up to Amir Khan after the fight? And he's like, let's go. He just walks up.
That's the new come upstairs. You know when Dillian told, what do you call it? Dillian told man to come upstairs and said, Rob, but you was downstairs. Like, why would you do that? But yeah, go on. See, so how did you score it?
Do you know what? I'm gonna have to go 7-5. You know, I'm gonna have to go 7-5. That's just me being honest. You know, I would say watch it again. Honestly, I'll say watch it again.
I will. My bet was in there. My bet was in there, but I definitely feel that. I feel like sometimes I think you should watch it again as well, Trav, and just try and watch it. Just watch it normal and just watch it normal.
You are the one who did not watch it.
Lose. No. Remember, you don't like losing, Travis. Remember, we're talking about Travis that don't like losing and Travis that doesn't like admitting when he's wrong, fam. And he's got a history of doing that on this pod. Travis has got a history of not admitting his wrongs on this pod. We all know.
This man here is slipping and sliding to avoid the fact he's not done what he was supposed to have done, and now he's trying to push it back to me. I've got my rounds.
I can't believe my rounds. What you're doing. You're turning down volume. That shows me that my rounds scored. You turning down the volume shows me that you're not in control the way you used to be.
You
should be able to deal with this.
I'm
shocked that you're doing it. I'm shocked that you're trying to mute me. You're trying to silence me
because you're loud and incorrect. It's insufferable.
No, it's disgusting. I don't think this is right, Travis. I think this is wrong.
You are speaking from a place of ignorance, and that's uncomfortable listening.
You're the king of this place of ignorance, fam. You won't say bro. Then after you'll come in and you won't be like, oh, you know what? It's totally true. That thing there, bro. This guy, this is the same guy that I've been on TV with, that told the world. Hold on, this is the same guy that went on TV and told the world that Usyk is too small. This, that, and the other. Said it with chest. Said it with mad confidence. When we now approached him, he was on some. Well, listen, he must be good then. And I said, wait, hold on.
He made a believer. He made a believer out of me.
Where's that?
He made a believer out of me. What did I say would happen? I said it would be a unanimous decision,
fraud,
and
bro.
it was.
Same,
And
we've
it
done
was.
it, and we've gone back and forth. I've been with this
KG,
guy
you
for
sound
a good
crazy right
4
now.
years, fam. A good 4
you
years
sound
we've been
crazy
talking
right
about
now.
this stuff.
You sound
Bro,
crazy right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. You sound crazy because
I've
you're
seen you
telling
do
me
it.
that I need to come and
Bro,
apologize after
I
saying
know
he was
you,
gonna
fam.
lose by unanimous decision.
Travis,
Let's
I know
all
you.
get back to reality, bro.
Travis, I know you. We've been on this song and dance before, fam. That's all I'm saying.
What?
That's all I'm.
Bro, I've already said
cool.
I was wrong.
It's
I
cool.
was wrong by saying he's gonna get
Yeah,
beat
you
up and
slide
father
over
time.
it.
Doesn't
You
matter.
always like go
What's
on.
left?
Watch the fight again. Just watch
Thank
it again.
you. Watch it again.
Listen, all I'm saying is the community has spoken as well. Trav can't admit when he's
Oh,
off.
please. The same names get onto man every week, regardless of what I say. I don't care what these men have to say. All I'm saying is this. I've already said, yeah, I was wrong about saying Father Time and that he's going to get mashed up. Bro, he still lost by unanimous decision, like I said. All you're debating is whether or not it
And
was a
beat him
robbery.
up, and he's gonna
And I
beat
don't
him up.
care.
Innit? All right, wicked. Listen, how about it? Watch it again, though. All I'm saying, watch it again.
Bro, you need to watch it again and score it. We'd like to see your scorecard. We'd like
And
to
I
see
will, and I'll give you a 100%.
fantastic. Now let our guest speak.
And
KG2, over to you.
Like I said, man, look, with that performance there, he done what he needed to do. It was a close fight. It was really, really close. And, you know, I suppose the best man won. Would he rematch Lomachenko again? No.
He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back to Loma. No way. No way.
Why?
Interesting.
Why? Because they're probably gonna leave and be like, there's no guarantee that that's gonna be okay the second time round. Like he just scraped through by the skin of his teeth. They're not rushing back to do that again. He's the champ. He doesn't have to fight him again. They're not going to.
Mad scraping still. Okay.
You look kind of like Haney's my fighter. He ain't. I'm talking about the fight, and I think this is what they're gonna do. He ain't going back into that situation. Crying out loud.
All right, listen, bro. Any thoughts? We need to big up Chantelle Cameron as well, because that performance. I know we haven't even spoken about that performance was fantastic. And if you want to talk about like a parent, a father time showing up, because did you say father time? No, it was Collar. Father time showed up for Katie Taylor. It was evident. There was nothing. Chantelle was just always there in front of her. She couldn't. I knew that there was moments where Katie wanted to get into that flurry in the middle of the ring and let like both bang out and see what happens. But when Chantelle said, you know, I'm just going to outbox you and I'm just going to stay in front of you and pressure you, she couldn't deal with it. Heavy breathing, fourth, the mouth was open.
This was Katie Taylor going up in weight for this fight as well. So I think one thing I didn't like was the fact that Chantelle Cameron had to come out first. Like, these are her belts that's on the line here. I don't like the fact that she had to come out first. I get it.
Island, bro.
I get it. No, I completely get what the occasion was. But at the same time, it's like, bruv, come on, man. Let's do things like we do things, innit? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. That irritated me a little bit. But then I was rooting for Cameron. But, you know, maybe I was just biased and that irritated me. But it is what it is. Either way, I think it was a great performance by Chantelle. She came out. She wasn't intimidated by the occasion. She was in the lion's den, and she just went to work, man.
Yeah.
Proper respect.
You know, and you know, if you're going to talk about biased commentary, yeah, that one was
same thing. Exact same thing.
Alicia Baumgardner was not working that night.
Fam.
What they would have done.
It was insane. It was insane, bro. Like, the same thing. The volume goes up. The minute Katie Taylor lands, the volume goes up, and I'm like, yo, man, let's just call the action. Like Tim Bradley and the DAZN team for this one, they weren't as bad as
what they're doing on DAZN though with Katie Taylor.
Tim Bradley, bro. Tim Bradley and Andre Ward were like me and you on this subject, fam. Andre Ward was there to talk about what Haney was doing. Tim Bradley was there to amplify what Loma was doing. It was mad. But you know what's crazy though? I've seen somebody in the comments say that, you know, when the Loma Haney result was announced, everybody in the arena booed. And that just goes to show that, you know, they was wrong. Go back to the Baumgardner and Michaela Mayer fight, right? And that one still divides the rooms, but the same thing, the same response happened. If the fans want someone to win, it doesn't matter how they feel about it. Let's be clear, innit?
Yeah, there's a lot of Loma fans. He brought a lot of fans to the space. I just, again, my man, I want to see. So I hopefully Haney makes a good decision. You know he's not going to fight my man.
But you know what though?
I would like to see Chakor. I like to see it.
But let's be real though. Like, give Haney some props because there's easier routes to go. He's gone to
Fantastic.
Australia twice and came back and did Lomachenko. There's other men I'm sure he could have easily fought.
It's
So
bro.
So
Look at what's his name's doing. Look what the Tank is doing, fam. So just to like, I'm just saying, Tank Javonta, like in terms of like, I'm saying he's doing it a very difficult, like he's taking difficult moments. He's going up, he's pushed himself really to go to Australia. I'm just saying is a big move. Like that for me is and then after to say, raw, you know what? I'm gonna fight Loma. You're gonna fight a rejuvenated Loma, because that's what I thought. I said, raw, after Loma lost to Teofimo, we knew we was gonna get not Klitschko-esque when Klitschko was chasing down Fury, couldn't see him, and AJ just landed in front of him. We ain't seen a Klitschko like that in years. So he saw the best, he saw the most pumped up version, and Haney done very well.
So let's hold on. Let me just put this question to you, bro. Do you think Tank smokes Haney?
100%.
Based on what exactly? Let me hear this analysis.
If Haney was to trade with Tank, yeah, it's night.
But if he doesn't trade and he boxes, is he capable of winning that way? Is he capable of winning that way?
No. Tank will catch him. Tank will catch 100%. 100%.
Just because Loma caught him, don't mean
that's
that
what I'm thinking.
That's catching my man, you know.
Yeah, so I had to come back in on that one. All right, first things first, they don't fight anywhere near the same. Tank is a counterpuncher. That's his bread and butter. That's the one thing he does probably better than anyone else in that division. But in order to be a counterpuncher, you have to be given the opportunities to counter. Do you think that Haney on his George Kambosos #1 vibe, behind the jab, one at a time, moving around, not giving you the chance to unload? Do you think Tank's going to come in close to him there? He's going to get his head jabbed off all night. Haney's not going to engage with him enough for Tank to be able to get those counters off.
I will say, if them men go at it with each other, I'm putting my money on Tank.
If they go at it, but they won't. Haney won't do that. Not a 1-3 fight. Maybe at 140.
No, let's be fair.
Trying to control Tank for the whole fight is.
Haney does like to just get involved a little bit, though.
It depends who he's fighting. And you think about, okay, here's the thing, right? So obviously he tried to get involved with Linares, with Diaz, all these men, because he was trying to prove a point that he's got this mad punching power and that he can punch as hard as Loma and blah, blah, blah. He was trying to compare himself, right? As soon as he realized that, boy, these men ain't dropping from these shots, what did he do? He became a bit more safety first. Don't get me wrong, he's still aggressive, but he's safety first. He's behind the jab. He's only striking when possible. Remember, George Kambosos barely laid a glove on him in that first fight. And George Kambosos is a counterpuncher. He's not obviously of the level of Gervonta Davis, but he's a counterpuncher. Haney stopped him from being able to counter the entire fight. And even the second fight, when he took it to him, it was the exact same principle. Like, he stayed responsible enough not to get caught with any dumb stuff, apart from obviously the head clash, which cut his eye. So realistically, while I'm not saying Tank can't beat him, I'm saying the Tank Haney fight is not a foregone conclusion like people think it will be. Not a chance. Tank's not aggressive.
Phil Larkin says, Base, I want you to this is for the members as well. Big up all the members inside. Thank you very much for helping this channel in a massive way. Phil Larkin says, good evening, chaps. Does Tank smoke Loma?
Probably now. Loma's a bit older, hasn't got the same movement, the same legs, and Loma ultimately has to move like a pressure fighter. So because he's moving like a pressure fighter, Tank is a boxer puncher. He boxes on the front foot and boxes on the back foot. He'll be able to find openings sooner or later, and Loma's not going to be quick enough to kind of get around those shots the way he would have done 2, 3, 4 years ago. So I think he does beat him now, but it would still be his hardest fight today.
Bloody hell, that'd be a fight to watch, boy.
It's never gonna happen though. I think we're more closer to seeing Shakur fighting Haney than anything.
Here's the thing. That's another reason why I came back on. Obviously, I'll give my scorecard because I may not be on the show tomorrow. So ultimately, I had. It's funny that the way Trav scored it, I scored it quite differently. I had round 1 to Haney, round 2 Haney, round 3, round 4, round 5. To me, he swept the first 5. The third round was the one I said was a potential draw. I gave Lomachenko the 6th. I gave Haney the 7th, but it couldn't either way. Gave Loma the 8th. Gave Haney the 9th. Gave Loma the 10th and the 11th. Gave Haney the 12th. So my scorecard, I did 116, 113. That's how I scored the fight. Now, with regards to Haney and Shakur, Haney's not going to give Shakur that shot. Number one, I don't think Haney's gonna stick around. First of all,
You
but
said he swept
even
the
if he
first
does,
5. You said he won all the first 5 rounds. You gave it
yeah,
all to Haney. Really?
I did. I've watched it 5 times. I've literally watched the fight 5 times, and each time I looked to try and see, okay, what can I actually give to Loma? And to be honest, there was just too much, like a little bit here and there. It was like Haney would be there, pushing the pace, hitting the body, tapping to the head. He might get hit 1-2 combination, flurry, duck a couple, get hit with another. But it was moments. In all the rounds, it was moments. So because it was moments, I was like, it's hard for me to give him this round over the consistent work. The third round was the only one where I thought this could go either way. One moment I was edging it to Loma, and then Haney kind of pulled it back to me. So I said it could have been a draw. But either way, to me, those first 5 was him, and then he managed to nick two of the last 6, and then one of them to me he got clearly. So that's particularly my scorecard. But it's not, again, as I said, there were swing rounds in there. You swing those the other way, it's a 114. So ultimately, yeah. Now back to the Shakur thing, right? If I was Haney, I'm not gonna lie, right? I am a Haney fan. I like Loma as well, and I love Shakur. So I like all these men. But if I was Haney, number one, I think he needs to move up. I've been saying that for God knows how long. You man have heard me say that for however long. Exactly. Now, here's the thing. If I was him, number one, he gets smoked by Shakur at 135 because to make that weight again, he's not going to have anything left. Remember, Shakur's just come up there and he's nice and comfortable. You also have to bear in mind, Shakur's older than Haney. So the fact that he's a naturally smaller guy anyway, he's just growing nicely into that size, whereas Haney's outgrown it and has outgrown it for like 3-4 years. But if I was Haney, if I wanted to play this on a strategical route to make it sound like, boy, I'm not ducking this guy, because that's what people's going to say. Ultimately, I think they should fight at 140 or 147 in a few years' time. Either or, right? But if I was him, I'd be like, you know what? Well, hold on, you don't deserve a shot at these titles. You've just come up here and had one fight. The fight before that, you didn't even make the weight to keep your belts on the scales. Like you ain't a champ. You ain't professional. That's how I'd be dropping it. Like, no, you got to do some work up here now, because you can't just give away your belts on the scales and then try to act like you're that guy and that you just come up here and get a shot. Like no. You know, one fight, yeah, cool. You did what you did. We need to see a bit more from you. I've been here for 8 years, like putting in graft at 135. You don't just get to come up here and dictate what's going on. That's how I'd drop it if I was him, quite frankly.
If you want to make the money though, because we know that fight is a sellout.
But there's other fights he can have. He can go to, if he goes to 140 and takes on Tio, that's a big money fight. At 140, that's a big money fight. If he goes up there and faces Prograis, even Josh Taylor, like any of these, and remember, he's undisputed, which technically means now that he's defended the undisputed twice, he'll probably get super champ status at the WBO and possibly even the WBA. So he can go up and be an instant mandatory. So imagine him versus Rolly Romero, or him versus like the winner of Josh Taylor versus he can choose which side he wants to go.
You gotta take that Rolly Romero one.
And then he's still got a belt at 140. But that's my point. So he's got pure options that don't involve Shakur right now. No matter what everyone says, I wouldn't be taking Shakur right now because I know I'm compromised. I'm not going to be my best self. And then, as I just said, just play it off like you ain't even earned this yet. You lost your belts on the scales. You ain't a real champ. A champ don't do that. That's how I drop it.
It looks a bit mad though, because the last time I saw you was kind of ducking out the ring on some I see you soon one. But
that's how you flip it. You're not worth my time to stay in the ring because you lost your belts on the scales. You ain't a real champ. You didn't defend the belts.
You know you don't believe that, fam.
It doesn't matter. That's what a man can say.
I get it. It's a smart move.
That's what I would do. But anyway, let me jump back off and you like man can bring bolts in or whatever. But safe.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. Next generation me, fam. I didn't like what you did today, but I understand that. I can respect it, fam. Big up. That's
hilarious.
I've never seen that, you know. If he like pulled up and said, bro, I like the birth certificate, I'd be like, let me look at that though. Bolts,
what's going on, bro?
All good, bro. You?
Oh, here we go.
Well, man.
He won.
You know what? Obviously, you heard what I was saying last week, my theory or whatever. But to be honest, I stayed up. I set my alarm. I was watching it, and similar to what you said, KJ, it was so tight to score, and I agree with that. But I still thought Haney nicked it at the end. I then watched it back yesterday in full. 7-5. That was how I had it scored. But I don't even think it was that close watching it back. Maybe that's an unpopular bit. It was obviously still close. I still scored it 7-5, but especially with those early rounds and stuff, I just honestly, it was the body shots that were doing it for me. I just really don't. I don't understand the thing that
I'll bring in
because
because I don't want to because I don't want to let. I'm going to bring in Elijah as well. So we're all in here. I think everyone today is Elijah. While you're in here, Bolts is saying 7-5. He's got it all Haney. Are you
100%? 100%, bro. Like, mate, listen. This whole robbery talk is a joke thing. Like, but if you don't listen to the commentary, watch the fight with no sound. I'm telling you right now, the body work that Haney was putting on for Lomo, and especially because obviously I think you said about
He's saying consistent body work.
Consistent. Bro, let me tell you how confident I am. I challenge you, bro. Come watch the fight. We watch it no sound and tell me how Lomo won. What's your score, cousin?
I remember I suddenly started. I could only really see the difference when I got into 8th, 9th. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't.
I'll tell you this: for the first six rounds, Haney, apart from round 3.
Interesting,
bro.
How did you score it? How do you score it exactly?
7-5 Haney.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
And another thing as well, because a lot of people talk about the round 10. Now, obviously, I will give it to Lomachenko. Don't get it twisted, but bro, it was competitive. Don't like. Yeah, that
even round 10. Even round 10.
No. I gave it to Lomo. I gave it to Lomo. Yeah, I gave it to Lomo. Like, but yeah, like to be honest with you, for a case for.
Can I say something on that one? That's what I was kind of looking for. Yeah, is just like when it's when you can say that's your round, and a lot of times in boxing, it's quite clear when you see certain fights and you say that's you. It's not even we don't have to argue about it. It's evident for everyone watching. For a lot of rounds, though, and it depends what different people look for. Because I know when you talk about boom, I saw the body work and that was good enough for me. But I was seeing Haney go to the body, but I was seeing an immediate response from Loma, and I was thinking, well, I like that. If you get hit once and you come back with 3, and I'm still that for me is someone that's watching the fight. I like that work. I'm here for that work. So that's the hard part.
I hear you on that, but like I said, from round 1, bro, Loma it's only one clear jab. Like, look, listen, that copy box thing's a joke, bro. I'm telling you right now. I don't know I don't know how they operate.
It could be anyone's version.
It's literally a man with a computer and a button and some buttons.
Bro, listen, like I said, like I would even watch the fight. You know the whole rounds. I watch it slow in it. Like that slow motion you could do on YouTube. And I'm telling you, Lomo was missing a load of shots. Like the crowds are just raving up because obviously I think Loma lands like 4-punch combination. One just touches him, and the crowd going mad. Bro, I'm telling you, mark my words. Watch that fight.
Yeah, there was some of that. There was
Tim Bradley.
I would agree.
There was crazy.
There was missed shots from Loma, things that weren't totally landing. And I can carry on.
No, go say what you're saying, bro.
Now you know what's mad. I'm trying to do the poll as well because everyone's getting mad for these. So I'm gonna put this up.
Yeah,
so when it's slower.
There were shots that were being missed in those exchanges that the crowd were reacting to because there was like a heavy Loma fan base. Yeah, and then you got 100%. Them punching it home with the Tim Bradley commentary, and then not just that, but in between rounds, when you've got the strong highlight that just replays the Loma shot over and over, and it's just like, wait a minute, are you going to even show the Haney highlights? That's what I was like. This is a bit. It's clear what the agenda was, but it's what happens when it's the home, like, you know what I mean, when it's the home network fighter. Katie Taylor was the beneficiary of that same work. Like, yeah,
and Chantelle Cameron, like, that wasn't even a close fight either, bro. Like, man, I don't know what you're watching to call that a draw, bro.
Nothing about that was close.
It's like another thing as well. What I say with the whole Lomachenko, like I said, when you talk about clear rounds, like we're talking about who won the most clear round, you have to give it to Loma, round 11. But let me tell you something, is Loma the challenger or the champion? Because last time I recall, you have to take the titles from the champion.
Yeah, and that's what
you think you've done enough to take
that's a big point because Fight Fan TV said that, Danny said that, and I was like, yeah, I can't even. That one there is that's the greatest point, really. If you're coming to take the belts, make it yours, and it's true.
One thing they were saying as well,
in the post fight, he said what he gave. He took round 12 off, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, yeah, learn your mistakes
When
against the
you're
Lopez fight,
challenging.
no?
Thank you. Man said he said his trainer told him he won the. I think this might have been like a just his English translation weren't the best, but he's basically talking about he had all the 11 rounds. So he's like, the 12th round are just going to be defensive. I'm thinking to myself, you are sumptuous, bro.
You know the problem as well.
Insane.
You know the
Go
problem
on.
as well. Everyone was going on about at the end the booing and that for Haney winning and stuff, but people don't like. Yeah, you touched on it a minute ago, but people were chanting Loma from round 2, bro. Like,
That's
Oh
right.
no, there were
You know
Loma
what I mean?
fans in the
So
house. There was a Loma
regardless
house.
of it, like that was going off. But I don't know.
And Haney
What?
fell out of favor with that push in the press conference. So he came in with energy where it's just like, nah, I don't like this guy. So
Brother, let me tell you something. Let's cut the BS, bro. Even if Haney, yeah, like look, Andre Ward, we know what's over in the States, yeah. Like the same thing. Andre Ward was a clean, like he presented himself clean, and he was getting boos against the Kovalev fight and all this kind of stuff there. So yeah, we know what it is.
Yeah, I hear it still.
It is
bro.
one of them. It is what it is once.
Yeah, it's like, and another thing, people talk about swing rounds.
Yeah.
I think there was only 2 swing rounds, if I'm honest. Because, bro, the first half of the fight, I'm telling you, bro, it was all Haney. Loma was not landing.
There's this
Watch
app,
it again,
yeah?
bro. Watch
There's
it
this
again.
app that we can. There's this app that you can watch the fight and actually talk as the thing goes. It's starting in
we should do a
lockdown.
watch along.
We need to do that. We need to do that.
But
On
you,
that app,
bro,
we need to do
100%.
that, and everyone to say how are you scoring this? That's the best way because we have to do it. We have to do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
On the members thing, I swear you can get away with that because they won't stop us, innit? Because it's not on YouTube.
No, we just cut off
get flagged.
don't monetize it. We'll be fine. We can do it.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we have to do that.
We have to do it. You don't have to do a members thing. Let's do it, and then we can. It won't even be a members. It'll be free to everyone. Let's do it straight up, and then let's score this thing. Cool. And everyone, be fair. Let's just come with an element of.
We can even pause it after each round and analyze
and see how you scored this.
He did pull up though. Going off what I was saying last week when I was thinking about, I knew he was gonna. I thought he was gonna win, but he didn't. Even though I'm a big Devin Haney fan, I thought I had a 2-way bet, which was Chantelle to win and Loma to win, and I was minutes away from getting the big 1200. And I was literally like, I was so torn because I wanted Devin Haney to win, but the whole time I thought Loma was gonna win, but. The whole basis of what I was saying last week was I knew he was going to pull up like he hasn't done in years. And to be fair, he did, but it doesn't change anything at the end of the day. Devin won clearly.
Big facts.
All right. Again, we're going to run it back anyway. We'll run it back and we're going to be fair. That's all. That's what the show's going to be called, man. Hey, big up yourself, man. Thanks for coming.
Nothing but love, bro.
Stay
safe,
guys.
man.
Big up, Bolts. That was wicked.
Hey, bro, we didn't even talk about Conor Ben and Kell Brook and that little push thing going on, fam.
You said you think it's so.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought that
fake. I don't think it's fake. I think
it felt fake to me still. Like, let's be real with it. We're still in the era of fighters being in cahoots to sell fights. So I just felt like put it this way, bro. I've seen my fair share of beefs and impromptu beefs over the years, bro. That looked like a situation where I'm just like, come on, he bumped him. And he's looked and he's been like, the little look, carried on chatting. Then he's like, hey, bro, the delay. Why is there such a delay? You know who bumped you. You saw it was my man. Then you've been on the, wait, let me land. Then you've been on the, hey. Then he comes over, and I'll be honest with you. I felt like Conor was smiling a little bit. Like, what? I was like, I'm like, nah, come on, bro. We've been seeing you go crazy for years now. For a long time, going crazy, losing your mind. It's not really what. I know Conor Ben's energy is like.
But Conor Ben's got that energy. Conor Ben can, from nowhere. You heard him talk to Eddie Hearn, and he just switches when Eddie Hearn answers a standard question about Conor. So what's he talking about?
It just felt too like, bro. Brooke was just like, oi. I'm like, nah. Because put it this way, bro. I'll tell you right now. If someone I don't like bumps me, and it's immediate. I've been waiting for this. It's you. You messed up now. I've got you. Now I can go. I'm not.
Do you feel like they both need each other? And that's why.
You think Kell Brook don't know there's money there?
No, I'm saying, do you feel like they're both in a situation where they're like, we need each other? Let's just quickly push each other. Like, let's imagine what that phone conversation. You know what, we're podding. Let's leave it. We'll come back.
We'll come back
this
week.
All right, cool.
It's gonna be a crazy one still.
All right. Everybody, listen. Thank you so much. It's Haney Fan TV. I don't even
Haney Fan TV.
Haney Fan TV.
I didn't even know there was such a channel.
I don't know, but let's just bring that
Hardcore Haney fans.
Hey,
Where are they?
Let's see how he called the action.
Hello.
Yo, Haney Fan TV. Talk to me.
Yes, I'm Devin Haney's biggest fan.
How long have you been following his career?
Like yesterday.
But
I'll just be honest, yeah. I'm
That
happy
is
that KG
funny.
got rid of his Loma hat, because some of the stuff that you were just coming up with was insane. I personally think Haney won, but it was very close. But I think I'm here to talk about Haney Tank, because I'm seeing everyone already just write it off, man. This is the problem that we have in boxing, is someone does something and then all of a sudden X equals, this equals this.
Yeah.
I think, who was Tank for? Like, let's be honest. So
Ryan
Haney beat the
Garcia?
man.
Ryan Garcia?
Wait. Haney beat the man who beat the man. And then Haney beat the man who was the man. Who was Tank for recently? Okay, listen, I'll be real. I watched that Garcia fight thinking Garcia's going to lose. I don't know, did anyone actually think Garcia was really going to just like beat Tank? So I hear all this Haney power talk, but I'm like, who was he? Okay, Santa Cruz, but who was he really fought recently? Like, he's not really putting the work the way Haney has done in the last
But
2
then
years.
what we can't deny is the fact that Tank has, it's the way he's dispatching people, and it's the what he can do, the power in the hands, and there's different type of shots that people are going to sleep with. That's the
Single
issue.
shots.
Like, so even if he like it or not, when they do come together in terms of Haney versus Tank, I don't know if Tank has Haney has the ability to box perfect for, let's say, 12 rounds, but he's gonna engage because he likes it. He actually likes it. That's the one thing. So if he does engage, this is where the problem. This is where he can come undone.
Yeah.
But also, guys, I don't want to move the convo along, but I would like us all to, should we all bow our heads in prayer for Lara and Wood this weekend?
Oh, sorry, man.
We know Wood is going to go through a serious trial and tribulation. And
wait, to be fair though, because you're saying bow our heads for Lara. Oh, again, that guy, he was putting on a boxing clinic before he got spun. Really, you was watching it with me, fam. You was like, look, see, he's limited.
Look, I said, that Lara is fallible. He's fallible.
That's what you said.
Because with the fight before, there was some body work that was happening. I saw him hit on the floor, struggling. But let's have it right. When he lands, and I know it's that thing of like, if he lands, but it's like, bro, when Lara's in there, he's gonna find a way to get it done. And I don't know that Lee Wood is the guy to stop him. So for me, I do say prayers up for Lee Wood. You're going into something very crazy. The battle
is it UK though? Is it UK?
It's Manchester. It's going to be a biblical battle that you're up against right now. Men are going to write about this in 1,000 years' time. You're going to be in the new chapters of the Bible when they start to update it.
Wait, the Book of Timothy.
The Book of Timothy. When we start.
Brother, again though, wait, are we fair to say that the one that we do think is gonna be the guy like that's gonna clear it is Shakur though? Because I feel everyone when they talk about all these guys, there's that one man that they all feel different about, and no one again people are moving.
But let's still be honest, he lost his belt on the scales. I can't lie, like if you want to talk about being that guy, all of that stuff, like in my opinion, after the push to Loma, everyone wanted Haney to lose. I'll just be real. After that push, I was seeing people talk. I'm like, these guys are fighters. They're not like normal. They're not like me and you who are just like the average man on the street. Like these guys don't think the way we think. So a push is nothing to them. So, but I don't know. I think
get pushed before.
There's been a bit of a overreaction. I would like Haney to rematch. And I think he actually knocks him out this time around. But that's a hot take. But anyway, I'm out with that.
Wait, that's the coldest to take. Get out here, bro.
What did you see?
Knockout.
Yeah. Come on, man. Let's
even not. Me. If I this
even me.
Audio, bro. I have got audio right now from Haney's gloves.
So we don't have the capacity
to do what?
Listen, guys, we're gonna be talking about all the other stuff that happened this weekend as well in the pod this week, because there was a lot of madness that happened, fam. That Nakatoni KO of the year, bro. Absolutely disgusting. So yeah.
Wait, this is funny. He said, I was rocking too decent. You know when someone's fighting perfect? You know when someone's actually had a good...
He did everything
pull.
correct.
Brilliant.
Everything correct.
Brilliant.
He did everything right. It was just like the Lee Wood-Lara fight. Everything was going fantastic, and then the gunshot went off, and it's over now. Flip me, boy.
He's a legend. Everybody, look after yourself, stay blessed. Obviously, we got to end with the sponsor in that because they're important to us, isn't it? See you later.
Guys, I'm about to go to the mall, so I'll catch you later.